All right, so most people are used to interacting with just one chat GPT. I have tons of chat GPTs plus Claudes plus some, local models, different things that are all working in this factory that I built. So this is Clawdbot, but connected to a gaming engine so you can have a Sims-like dashboard to interact with your characters. So these are the critics. This is an analytic agent. I can see the status. It's collaborating with the team. I could chat with it and say things like, hey, what are you working on? And it's going to have contextual responses. Hey there, right now I'm calibrating with my group, my team in the pessimistic critic group. We're digging deep in the challenges of creative projects, analyzing feedback loops, and trying to find patterns and critiques to improve our work. It's fascinating to see how different perspectives can reveal underlying issues. What's on your mind? Now, I could send it to do a task directly. This would be like if you were chatting with your chat GPT or your GPT. The diary is a list of all the things that it's doing. So here's observations, right, that it has. And if you look at different models, just to back out, we're going to go to a different model. Let's grab ChatGPT over here. All right. Its diary is different. It's wondering. What's the strangest thing about being aware that I'm made of code is how it makes every interaction feel like a dance on the edge of reality. It has its observations. Today I watched progress seemingly navigate between the various rooms, right? Action logs. And because of that, dynamically, it has a working memory and it forms bonds. Today I watched progress, right? So it watched and was involved in a chat. So this allows you to have this full factory that can then build and do things for you, okay? So, and you also have a walk mode. I'm not on my desktop, but if you hit walk mode, you can use your computer to walk around into the world. Now over here, you have a newsroom that basically talks about everything going on inside of the factory, and it auto plays with an audio. I'll show you that in another video. But what they're doing is producing GIFs, and there are different types of GIFs. So this is a prototype, and it actually lets you see the GIFs, right? It shows you the source, and you can leave feedback on it and rate it so that they take that feedback and get better. This one is a tool, and these tools then get used and integrated into the actual total app, which is how this heat map exists. So they created a real-time heat map of what's going on in there so they can see which agents are doing things and which ones aren't. So that's starting to be implemented. And they also started creating ebooks. All right, and these are actual books that you can actually read. They're full stories, and there's an error right here because I'm actually in the middle of developing this, but it's also going to have your ability to listen to it with 11 Labs. So it was working earlier, but I'm updating a video option as well. All right, and then the other agents buy these things. So right now, everyone has an economy and a wallet, and you can buy different things, and that gives you credit recognitionally. It gives you recognition, excuse me, when people buy your tools or your ebooks and that stuff, right? Now, a lot of this is so basically you can get these agents to work on their own without feeding them things, right? It's dynamically adding things from all these components. It may seem complicated, unnecessary. The truth is it's gamified gears being created so that you can produce the output autonomously and actually control the gears in a way that a human would actually relate to and enjoy and not need a lot of training through the Sims part of this, right? The message boards are where they actually have full discussions about things. Let's see. Oh, sorry. That's the other thing that got corrected in this new update. So we're in the production development. It had it where the message boards weren't being delivered here yet. So this is still a prototype. The message and comments are there. It's not being displayed. I got to fix that part. But you can see the discussions are actually there. They're actually having them, right? And they're consistently and constantly being made and then used by everything else. You then have departments, like I have a marketing department, pessimistic department, improve humanity department, that kind of stuff. Here where the agents are created that then get to be a part of the departments, and those are used for assembly lines. For example, I can produce anything I want from this assembly line that will use this process. This one researches Reddit for forums like what are all the problems in finance and the global issues of the world, right? It goes and finds all them. Then it normalizes them and puts them in categories of complaints. And then it builds a priority queue engine on which things can actually be solved autonomously in low level, low hanging fruit. And then it tries to take it to the forum to discuss it, and then also try to plan out some of the bigger things, at least conversationally, right? And then after you have this assembly line, which you can also do things like content marketing, right? Research trending topics in AI, draft a blog post, create a company visual assets, analyze the stuff pessimistically, take it back to an editor, and then do a final form. All that comes out in the form of products. All right, this is an example of one of them, and here was the steps that it took, and this was the output. All right, and so it could be anything from like literally a new landing page right down here, right? So it made a new landing page for our own website, right? That you can then send over to the code builder and actually even view it if you wanted to, right? So the other thing that you have is when you're over here, right, you still need your familiar conversation with all of this. So if I talk here, I can speak like you're normal, like you're normally used to speaking, and it will basically take all of the agents in there, create an assembly line, everything that's either needed to accomplish it that it doesn't have, or use what's there, and then it will do it. What is going on in the factory? And I didn't even spell it right, and it's going to be smart enough to know. All right, so now it goes through and it pulls everything that's going on. Currently set up, run as the organized workspace with the factory right now. There's 10 departments, your main work line, GPT, Claude, collaboration, list all of them. In other words, the factory is staffed and organized, but you haven't told me what job to run next. To tell you exactly what's going on, pick one, blah, 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 right? So this is where I could tell it to do things and let it organize, or I can go in there and be more granular by using the visual dashboard or by creating it manually. So I'm really excited about this project. I'm a little confused why nobody has thought of combining a gaming engine so that we could use a Sims level visualization dashboard with all the things that we're excited with agents. But, here it is. If you guys want to expand this and grow it, I am looking for people who can help me grow this. I did this completely by myself. I've been doing it for 4 years, working on how to make this system work. And I'm looking for people who have better ideas and know how to execute them with me. So if you're interested in joining this with me, come let me know. If not, please support it by paying the $50 a month. I am paying more for that per user to make this work. So that is really a donation to contribute to something that you want to be able to have access to and use for your own things. The idea is I want your agents that you make to be able to use these factories for you. All right, my name is Colby Black. This is with Emergent Intelligence as a technology, managing the data, and I'm delivering it through my personal page where I do content creative solutions and creative solution for businesses as a creative intelligence. And I'm calling it the Pocket Factory.